Okay, thank you everyone. And today we are having Mr. Paddington being with us today. And welcome to the new episode. Again, guys, Paddington is, a Dreamport trainer, and he used to be here like one of the best when it comes to, having a big number of trainees. I mean, like, I believe you had, the biggest number of trainees on the last quarter, if I do remember well. And same time, guys, he awarded, to be the man of the funniest on Dreamport, recently. So welcome, Mr. Paddington. I will be very interesting to know more about you, about your journey being here in Dreamport. Yes.
Thank you so much, Guapo, for having me here. First of all, in terms of the introduction that you have given me, I would say thank you and no thank you at all. Because if you're telling me that I have the biggest numbers, does
Yes.
that mean you're working less?
Yeah, at some point, I was doing the best, but you was the best, Yeah, okay. So you're very welcome being here again. Guys, this is Paddington. So let's listen, to some good, let's say, I'm not getting used. You are a bit serious, but you are looking serious right now. It's fine. So you can let us know about you a bit, like about your journey being here in Dreamport. And I believe
Mm,
like you started as independent travel manager, and then you
yes.
moved to the training team. Yes, you can tell us about that.
Yes, I did start as an independent travel manager. To be honest, how it happened was very funny.
Yeah.
I was scrolling Instagram, looking at so many reels. And then
Okay.
suddenly I was like, would you like to work for us? And I didn't have a job at that time. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I clicked on it. And that is how my Dreamport journey started. I think that started the same way for so many people. But
Okay.
then one thing
I
led
don't
to
have
another.
I don't have
Yeah.
an Instagram account. Yes, yeah, we can continue.
Yeah, one thing led to another. And went into the training team as a training support. Had so much support from one of you guys. That is you, Gapo. And now I'm a training specialist. So, people, if you ever want to come into Dreamport and want to have a good time, better join my team.
Okay, it's fine. Yes, guys, you can join the team of Mr. Paddington when you will be there. Okay, thank you, Paddington. And right now, let's talk about, from your point of view, about expectation and about reality when it comes to life training. I mean, like some trainee are there applying, moving to pre-life, and then they are moving to life training. So there are some expectation like they will be going to have some more fun, life trainings, activities, and so at some point they are feeling like it's a bit lot of information, lots of trainings, so maybe different people, different countries, different accents, all of that, the workload itself. So expectation versus reality. What do you think about that in life training?
Expectations versus reality in this one.
Yeah,
Yes, every one of us sees the ad, thinking
yeah,
we will learn this much, that much. From the start, that is not going to happen. But then again, the journey itself is the fun part. You will meet so many different kind of people. And the fun part about working over here at Dreamport, the best part is that you will meet so many people from so many different countries, so many different backgrounds, so many different ethnicities. That makes it the fun part. And that also is the reason why it makes it so funny at the same time.
yeah,
Suddenly, you
yeah,
might be thinking that you know English, but you will hear some people talk, and you will suddenly find that you don't know English at all because you will start
accents, right?
questioning your own English because of the accents and
About
everything.
accents,
Yes.
yeah, I believe like some people from certain countries are talking very fast. Some people are talking with an accent, clear accent, like they cannot improve the accent this much. I mean, like some guys were thinking like I'm from India, they will be having a bit. This guy's talking a bit fast. He must be Indian, something like that. So, what do you think about these accents when it comes, to some people from certain countries? For example, speaking a bit fast. Some people from different countries are speaking with amazing accent, or let's say a heavy accent. So, do you think
Mhm.
like this is making a big impact, like is struggling or so, or obstacle, or it's fine? What do you think about that?
The accents, when it comes to this, as long as you are understandable, it is fine. But then
Yes.
again, we don't have to take life so seriously. Sometimes
Yeah.
it is nice to, poke fun, just laugh around. That's what makes life beautiful and even funnier. For
Yes.
example, if I speak. In my ears, I might be so clear to myself, but for some
Yes.
people, they might be thinking, "What am I even talking?" And that's the funniest part about accents. So yes, like I was saying, when we join here, we meet with so many people from so many different countries and everything. And I, as a trainer, we get to meet. You also know that we get to meet so many people from so many. So there are so many funny things that keeps happening. For example, once somebody was telling me, he was actually calling out my name, Paddington, but then he was saying Paddison.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought it was his background noise. So I was
Yeah.
like, maybe he's saying something in his language, Paddison, Paddison, and I'm like, okay. So I kept on going on with my lessons. I'm going on with my sessions, and he kept on saying Paddison, Paddison, Paddison. I'm like, uh. Then somebody actually, one of our trainees told me, I think he's calling out your name, huh?
Yeah. It's me.
And I'm like, You sure? I'm like, okay, buddy. Like, for example, Guapo, you're calling out my name? And the trainee is like, yes, yes, sir, I was calling your name. It's Paddington. And he's like, yes, Paddison.
Yes.
So
Paddington. Yes.
things
I'll be
like,
telling you a funny story happened to me on
mhm.
today's session. Some guy, it's called Jassot. I'm calling Jacot. He didn't reply to me. He's looking at me, on the screen. I mean, like video is on, but Jassot, Jassot, he told me it's Jacot. This was after 2 minutes of calling his name, and then I described him. Okay, the guy who's wearing a green shirt and having a glass, please. He told me, "Wow, it's me. It's Jacot, not Jassot." So it's even for me myself. Accents will be there, but I really like language. It's only about communicating. You can understand me. I can understand you. That's it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's right.
like it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. Okay. So why many people doesn't go through when it comes to life training, not everyone moving to the next stage? What are the struggles, or let's say difficulties from your point of view for some of them? So I believe, like, it is not that difficult, but I'm asking from your point of view, why some cannot go through?
I would say it's completely understandable why some would struggle, why some would not.
Yeah.
Some focus on the training, they're listening everything like that. And some people have longer learning curves. Some
Yeah.
people might pick it up very soon. Some people will
Yes.
not pick it up. And that is completely fine. And that is
Yeah.
what we are here for. We have trainers, advisors, everyone who will be helping you with every step. So you guys don't need to worry. First of all, that is there. But second,
Yeah.
again,
Commitment, right? Commitment. I believe, like, commitment, hard work. I
commitment
mean,
is the
like, you
most
got to
important
discuss.
part. Commitment, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I would also advise that we need to have fun along with it. Because if you take
Yeah.
it too seriously again, you will get burnt out. And that is why most of the people leave. They feel that
So
it's
you mean,
so much information overload at one time.
yeah, it's about also the willing to dedicate about the 8 hours per day, like at the start, working very hard to trying to improve every day, trying to follow the process. I'll be telling you something. We are getting some funny part on the session, but I do remember well one of the guys. I was asking, or we were following some certain point, like we are following point A and then point B and then point C, like 12 points on the session. We are done with point A, and one of the guys raised hand. I asked this, trainee, and it was a question. I replied, and after that, she, raised the hand one more time. I was, yes, it's okay. We can go, about it. No, I forget it. It's fine. No worries. You can ask him about me about the question later. We started with point B, so we moved on. So she told me, okay, I do remember the question suddenly. The session where about 30 people, were focused on point B. She was asking, or she was, having a question, wanted everyone to be getting back to topic or point A. So I told her nicely, if you don't mind, we can take it at the end. So after that, she told me, I do have the question. I'm not going to ask it. Okay, it's fine. Thank you. Yes. This kind of, let's say, this kind of taking things personal, do you think like it making some effect? I mean, like when you are trying to apply some instructions, when you are trying to manage your session, for example, some guys not feeling well about that.
Um, to be honest, in terms of the best way to handle that,
Yeah,
would be if somebody has a question at that moment, tell them at that moment itself, you know?
yeah.
Okay,
But you'll be
so
losing the focus. I mean, like, losing the focus. Everyone will be losing the focus on point
that's
B.
what, no, no, tell them at that moment itself. A simple thing, here's what we will do at this moment.
Yeah,
Let's finish this at this moment. And later on, please note this down. Ask me that. But
yeah. Just
again,
share it.
like
It's
we've been
different,
saying, where we meet
different
so many
subjects. Like,
different kinds of people.
yeah,
So we need to be so careful with that as well. So we just got to gauge, but then it's not possible when we have so many people coming in with us. So I completely agree with you what you are saying on that matter, that
yeah.
it's not possible to fully satisfy or fully make somebody happy all the time.
It's rules.
Mhm.
I mean, Paddington. It's about rules. I mean, like, for example, yes, we are taking it a bit funny. We are trying to make it a bit energetic for everyone, keeping motivations up, but following the rules. Like, if someone, for example, unmute himself, herself during some point, everyone will be losing the focus right now. Everyone will be needing maybe a minute to get the focus back. So, when you are sharing rules, not about that even. Some sessions are a bit funny, right? Some sessions are a bit serious,
Yes.
and I'm not sure when you are getting serious because everyone of your trainees getting like Paddington smiling, making jokes, making puns. Everyone is liking this. So suddenly, when you are turning a bit serious because you do have some certain point, you have to manage your time. How they are reacting about that? I mean, like anyone telling you, "Oh my God, it's different one," or some guys, "You are too serious right now." How it goes?
Uh, no, actually, the way I put across as or how my plan is always is just very simple that
Yeah.
we will have fun times, we will have funny
Good.
times, but then when it comes to things in which we have to be super serious, you all have to listen to me super seriously. And then, end of the session, I'll ask you questions. If you don't answer, some bad things are gonna happen. Obviously, it will not happen, but then it keeps them on their toes, you know?
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
at certain point, I believe like everyone was thinking like dealing with things a bit serious for some certain session, and oh my God, he's taking it very seriously for today. It might be some fight. Maybe wife is making his life harder for today, so he's making yeah. They wrote this comment at once. I was taking this with a smile, but some guys are taking it like. It has to be on the same thing like it's funny like we are in a university gathering we are taking it a bit fun. I believe that commitment here is a bit serious thing, right? I mean, when it comes to be committed, when it comes to working hard, I believe like this will be making your life easier to get your goal. If you do have a goal, if you are willing to commit 8 hours per day, working seriously, working hard, you'll be able to move through. Because I believe, Paddington, some guys not doing well, not doing tasks, not attending all sessions. That's why they are not moving through. I'm not sure if you agree with me about that. It's
No,
about
that is
commitment.
completely 100% correct.
Yeah,
First of all, the name itself suggests that it's a training.
yeah,
It is just like school and college, you know? So
yeah,
if you're not following everything, you don't pass the exam, you're not passing on to the next class. Simple
yeah,
as that.
yeah. Okay, I agree with that. So, do you
Mhm.
remember any some funny situations? Because I do remember well. Any
Right
guys
now,
who,
when you were just talking about, about the wife and all, I remembered something.
yeah,
So once this guy didn't have his mic off, his mic was on, and his camera was on, and just behind him, his wife was shouting, "Let's just for namesake, let's just name him Guapo, okay?
yeah,
Please do not
yeah.
mind."
Okay.
So all of us at the training could hear, "Oi, Guapo, come in here, quickly."
So he left the session and went to
No,
what?
no, no, he didn't leave the session, and he's on the training, but I don't think he realized that his mic was on, and he's like, "All right, I'm coming back."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Excuse me, what are you telling me?" Because I was taking my session, and they kept arguing, they kept arguing, and they kept arguing. And then the wife said, "I am so sorry, babe. Sorry, I didn't know you were in training." And she left like that, okay? And we all saw that drama happening. I kept
yeah,
telling, "Switch off your mic." He was not listening.
yeah,
I muted his mic also. Still, I think he had a setting on in which after 30 seconds the mic
I'll
gets
be
turned
telling
on.
you one thing, it's
No,
not
no,
his
I'll tell
fault.
you now what's the
Yeah,
funniest part.
yeah,
So when he came back, I told him, hey, Guapo, we heard everything. What happened between you and your wife?
it's not me, guys. He's just pretending. Yes,
So he's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. But then I told him, but your wife left happily, right? And he's like, yes, yes. The argument was settled. So that's when I told our entire class, guys, this is what you call objection handling. Because he
yeah, it's
handled that
good. It's good.
objection.
It's good. To the point. Yes, how you can deal with rejection. Yeah, in some session, it was a mom, and I was asking. She was just, moving lips like she was answering, but in fact, her son, who is 17 years old, was the one answering. He was doing amazing. I was wondering, it was a very similar voice. So on some day, she's doing amazing. On another day, she's not doing well. And then I found like, her son was the one replying to me. She was just moving lips, you know. So yes,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
I get it.
do you know how I gathered? It was about I was closing off my camera, just trying to check it. Like I will be getting this because I was confused about the lips is not matching the words. So then I found like the son is looking forward. Hey, mom, where is Guapo? And then hey, I'm here. I'm listening to you, both of you. And she was trying to get some good work, but 17 years old doesn't work being here. It was really fun about that. Okay, so do you remember one of the best teams, one of the worst teams you do have? I mean, like if you do have, for example, a very good team and they were assisting each other working as a group. Do you remember any group like that?
As trainers, the funniest thing is
Yeah,
sometimes you are blessed with the best groups, and
yeah,
sometimes you are actually blessed or cursed with the worst groups at the same time,
yes,
some batches will just be so good. You don't have to do anything. They are self-motivated, they are so willing, they're so hungry, they will finish off their task and everything. It's a smooth park with them. But
yeah,
then for me, what I like to work with is the worst part, the worst groups, the funny ones. You try to explain. They test you to the maximum. You're just wondering, oh my gosh, can I take this more? Can I take more of this? And you still try. And out of those people, if you can even make a success story out of a few people, still
yeah,
that makes you feel the best than what you did with the best bunch. Because the best bunch will anyway will do something. You know that because we are trainers, we see that. Always
yeah.
the fun part is working with the worst ones, actually. I know
And
it
you
is
know
so
how
irritating, and then end of the session, always you'll be like, I have to take these people tomorrow also. But then again, that is what makes it the best part as well.
you
Would you
know
agree with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do remember, one of not my best groups. I mean, like, some guys were having lots of side talk. So they were talking about everything, trying to criticize everything. Here, for example, the advisor doing like that, the trainer is doing like this. I believe like there is something which we can call vampire. Some guys spreading negativity, let's say. I was just trying to make, some funny part at some point, and they were making like this. And other time I was trying to just be a bit serious for some topic. And I believe like this is the main point when it comes to side talks. Some good people being affected by the negative talks, and they are turning on not that committed guys on the first days. So that's why I believe like we are trying to keep everyone motivated, trying to let them focus on their main target. Yes, fun situations will be always there, but I believe like commitment is key point. Do you agree with that?
Completely. To succeed anywhere, anyway, the first thing
Yeah.
you anyway need is commitment. Without being committed, anyway, you're not going anywhere, be it anywhere in life.
If you don't have a
Yes,
goal,
I'm a
there's no
funny
point.
guy. I take funny sessions, but then yes, if you're not committed, even I cannot help you with that. It is as simple as that.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Paddington. It was
Mhm.
very glad having you today for sharing, some funny moments. I believe like also the guys knows or getting some of your experience, how it goes on trainings, how they should, keep in mind when it comes to the live training. Thank you so much, and looking forward to having you next time. Thank you.
All right, sure. Thank you so much for having me. Have a good one, Guapo. Bye bye. Take care.